keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
What up, bitches?
My balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit.
Let's see if we can do this back in flag. Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcasting out the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. This is Shot from the Point. My co-host today, Point Man, is Tobes. Tobes, who's here in Germany with me. Woo! Back on the point. And behind the glass, none other than Santa Claus. What's happening, baby?
But I love me some gay porn.
Yeah, fuck off. All right. And we have a Shot from the Point associate, someone who's we recently brought the team, who had a very interesting experience this past Saturday that I just found out this morning. Instead of fucking beating up on Monday Matt, which by the way is well deserved, I've learned something today that has made me really upset. Might touch on the end. We'll take calls, but we're gonna go over this story that happened. Oh shit! You know what I didn't do? I do want to read this to give people some background because this didn't get a shit ton of press, did it? Ricochet, of course,
really
being
didn't.
there, it didn't get a shit ton of press. And let me go to the web right here, and I'm gonna read some of this shit to you. Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Metro Police said an employee at the Southwest Valley Ross snapped, putting it mildly, before shooting inside the store over the weekend. Assistant Sheriff's Clerk Hank of Las Vegas Metro Police, Charles Hank, excuse me, I was going to say his name's Hank. What is it, like Cher? All right, yeah, Charles Hank. Las Vegas Metro Police called in the fifth officer involved in shooting in 7 days. Wow, nice place, real talk. In case of an isolated workplace violence. Adding in each of the cases, get to the fucking point. I want to know about this. I don't care about all the other violence. I grew up near New York City. All right, Hank said on Saturday the suspect identified as 37-year-old Mohammed Mahmoud. Did I say that correctly?
Good try.
Mahmoud. Guess right. We got Arabs on the job, willing to straighten this shit out. Mohammed Mahmoud was working as a loss prevention greeter. You know what that means? Lame ass security guard making, well, it used to be $5.05 minimum fucking wage. How do I know that? I was a security guard. That's what a loss prevention greeter. Give me a fucking break. What is that? Hi, welcome to Ross. Don't steal shit. You know, I mean, come on. The Ross Just for Less near Blue Diamond at Arbel Street, citing the store policy. Hanks said customers were not allowed to take carts out of the store. That's his job. However, the customer left her cart near the entrance as she went to retrieve her car to load her purchases. Mahmoud got angry because the customer left the car near the front of the store. Thank you so much, Vault. My boy Ricochet is on. That's correct. All right. The cart in front of the store manager told him to stop complaining. Muhammad got angry because the customer left the cart in front of the store, and the store manager told him to stop complaining over the employee radio system. And I have some personal experience with this. That is, as a security guard, like the worst shit ever when somebody like publicly embarrasses you. He approached the manager and said they got into an argument. Another employee attempted to intervene, and at which point Mahmoud took off his work vest off and threw it down and pointed at the employee, stating, "I'm gonna kill you both." Yeah, bullshit, you big pussy. Well, Mahmoud then left the store, walked out to his vehicle, and retrieved a handgun. As Mahmoud walked back towards the store, he fired in the parking lot, causing people to run for cover. He entered the store and started firing into the ceiling. Then he tracked down the manager and fired 2 more rounds at her. You suck. Didn't hit anybody. He walked back towards the front of the store and fired 5 more rounds in the direction of the manager, who, get this, was running. By 4:14, the dispatchers received numerous 911 calls, one of them for Ricochet. Hey, man, get over here. This motherfucker's shooting up the place, man. Ricochet's Puerto Rican, by the way.
Hey, police officer, John Wick, who really let himself go, is shooting up the store.
The active shooter... reporting an active shooter at the store. Hank said the first officer arrived at 4:17 p.m. as Muhammad exited the store. Muhammad fired several rounds at the officer. Enjoy anal sex. All right? Yeah. Get used to it. If you hated gays, you're really gonna hate them now in prison. You can enjoy anal sex. Officer Byron Bunsky, Bunty King, I don't know, arrived at 4:19 p.m. And Muhammad also fired at him. That's 2. That's 40 fucking years in prison you're looking at now. All right? And that's before all the other shit you did with the manager, right? When she embarrassed you over the intercom. Officer Bunsky exited the vehicle, took cover behind a palm tree over 50 yards away from Mahmoud, approximately. Thank you so much. Your hair looks fresh. Well, thank you. I just washed it.
I can't confirm that.
I right when I came back. Approximately 5 seconds later, Bunsky fired 5 rounds at Mohammed, striking him once in the hip, and which caused him to fall to the ground. Nice shot. 50 yards, handgun. And by the way, it was a Glock, so that was a hard shot. Way to go. Way to go. I bet Muhammad wish he learned to go to that Target school. Speaking of Target school, what store were you at when this broke out, Ricochet?
Ironically, I was at Target.
I was just going to say, you stole my joke. That's ironic. You were at Target. Don't go to that place. Target. I got shot at Target. No, I'm not a casino. I'm a Target. Making myself a target. 2 off-duty Metro officers ran off into Nye County Sheriff's Department. Nye County, Nye, that's the one, Art Bell, I guess he was close to there. Nye County Sheriff Department deputy nearby and helped take Mahmoud into custody. Amazing. Nobody was hurt except the shooter. Wait, why is the screen black? Oh, okay. Why is the screen black? Nobody's hurt except the shooter. So that makes all of this funny. So let's go to a man that was actually at the fucking scene. All right, let's go to a man who was actually at the scene by the name of Ricochet.
Did you manage to grab the M&M's bulk bag from Target?
That's a good time to steal shit. You'll never get caught, especially being Puerto Rican. You know, they're not even gonna blame you at that point, Ricochet. All right, listen. First of all, can you tell not where you work, but what were you doing in Las Vegas? Because you've said you're from New York before.
Yeah, well, usually I take some time off and I travel.
Okay.
I get that leisure time from work. And I just went to visit my best friend in Las Vegas, and we were supposed to go to a couple of concerts that weekend. And Saturday was pretty much our day to just relax.
Stop everything. See, you know what? I'm really proud of you and everything, but you did the whole fucking thing wrong. Who the fuck goes to Target when Las Vegas and then goes to, I don't know, a couple shows? The last group of people in that was a problem. They got shot at, okay? And then they're like, I know my big idea. I'm just going to go to a concert in Las Vegas. So really, what we're going to do, we're going to say, nobody got hurt. So what we're going to do, we're going to critique your decisions going forward, because I don't think some of them are very, very good, Ricochet. I think you made poor decisions, and I bet your Puerto Rican mother agrees with me. Correct?
Get good.
Exactly. Get good. I'm going to teach you. Let me know if you liked some insight into the situation. These shootings in Las Vegas are becoming more common in national news. Apparently, it was a lot less. I got a guy that was right there. So I don't like, but yeah, I got a guy that was right there. So you're going to see your best friend, and what's the situation? You go to Target with them, and who else? What's the deal?
So like I said, Saturday was like our day off. We just had a concert on Friday, and now Saturday we're doing a little bit of Target shopping for my best friend's 9-year-old. And pretty much, we were just doing school shopping. He goes back to school on Monday. And we were in the back of the store where basically all the parents were, all the kids were, and we were just trying to get it done before Monday. It was at that moment that all of a sudden I heard a commotion like way out into the open, and I wasn't sure what it was. And
how far are you from Ross? How far did the store Ross? How far are you from there?
I think I might be wrong, but I think it was exactly next door.
Okay, all right.
If not, maybe like 2 stores down.
Yeah, it's not like you live there. You're just visiting people. Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, I practically live there. I'm there all the time.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, I look up and I still hear the commotion, but it's getting louder and louder, and no one is literally paying attention to it. So I look at my friend's husband, and then he starts looking around like, the fuck is that? So then, like something out of Jumanji, you just see the crowd of people come out of like the main Target aisle, makes like a hard left, and starts running towards us. So right away, all of a sudden, we're just like, all right, we gotta go.
All right, so let me get this. Do you know there's an active shooter at this point? Or do you see people running all over Target?
We see people running. I had my suspicions because in that crowd of people running, you got mothers with running with their carriages and the babies inside.
Whoa.
You have not only just what's it called, parents and kids running and they're crying, but we also had employees running. So right there, no matter what status you were in that.
So store, if everybody's running, just join them. That was the first reaction.
Yeah, that shit just went out the window.
Yeah. So all of a sudden you didn't stop anybody and say, hey, what the fuck are you panicked for? you just kind of like got moving right away, right?
Yeah, we started moving, and honestly, we heard
And who were you with? And I want to let you know, who were you with? Now you're with your buddy, and who else?
Also, it's my best friend Jackie. We were with her husband Andrew, and then our little one, the 9-year-old little Andrew.
So you got a child too, a 9-year-old, basically somebody Laura's age, right? Did you hear any shots?
I did not hear the shots. I heard the commotion coming our way.
Okay, the commotion's coming. So you joined the group. What happens after that?
Well, we start running, and then people were actually, alerting us that it was an active shooter, that there was a gunman in firing off shots. So we didn't even bother to look. We just started running with the crowd.
You're just trying to go.
And then we ended up in the corner of the store, which is where the the fire escape door was. And we ran right through it and set off the alarm. And now we're running outside, like out into the field, like heading towards the desert, pretty much.
I got you.
Yeah.
So out into the field. Now, you don't hear it. You've heard it's active shooter. You got the kids running with you. How's the kid? How's he holding up?
Honestly, right now, I texted my friend earlier, asked him how he was.
No, at the time, we'll get to that shit later. But at the time, like, how's the kid?
He was actually pretty brave. I think he was a couple of tears running down my face, but he was doing pretty good. He just had his eyes like wide open, like what's going on? Is it a game or whatever?
Yeah.
He's got a pretty like cool like set of parents who don't really show off too emotion, but they understood that once you see a group of people running, you got to run with them and not ask questions later.
Is Running Riot really bitching about Matt not taking enough shit? Is it? All right. What planet are you fucking from? What play? Matt, Running Riot. Here's the thing. You want me to talk about Monday Matt? You want me to condemn Monday Nat, which I already did on Twitter, and I know you don't follow me. All right, call in, fuckface. Let's get back to Ricochet. All right, what an idiot.
Yeah, right. What the fuck? This is my time.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Stop making this about you.
Out of here.
I'm not covering up shit. All right. Go check what I said on Twitter, and I actually have more. Another thing is, what I said on Twitter was what, last Friday. There's more information out now. All right. So you guys run out of the building through there. You got it.
So everybody's kind of spreading out. We were in like the back lot where they do all the deliveries and shit. And right away, we didn't really feel comfortable heading out into the open field. You're out in the open. Yeah, exactly. Like straight out in the open. This is the desert. There's nothing. We're not gonna get any cover from fucking cacti.
No. Yeah, you could probably hide behind the god shopping cart that fucking he got so pissed off about. That's about it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
So we start like what I'm remembering from Columbine is when the kids started hugging up against the wall. So I'm like, hey, let's just start heading towards this store over here.
What store? What was the store?
Oh, it was some kind of like shoe store. Like they sold like shoe soles.
Okay.
Or repaired them or customized it. But
Okay,
it
shoe
was a
store.
very small store.
Gotcha.
So they're looking at us like, what the fuck is going on? So we run towards them, and they let us in, which is really cool of them. But we were followed by like 20 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get in the back, and they're trying to calm everybody down. And unfortunately, I think there was a girl in there who was on the phone with her boyfriend, just hysterical. And she's like, baby, I can't do this again, blah, blah, blah. And apparently she went through a recent shooting months ago.
The big
I don't
one.
know if it was the
big one.
I don't know if it was the one from the concert, probably.
Yeah.
But she looked hysterical, like she was just like reliving a nightmare again.
Jesus Christ. Did you console her?
Go ahead.
Did you console her? Did you console her?
I gave her my number, I just
No, what did you do? Did you console her? Did you say anything to her?
No, you know what? Honestly, I went towards the front of the building just to kind of take a peek and to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And at that moment, that's when I realized that the front of the store is right. the front of the front of the store was basically from top to bottom, glass, like wide open. So I'm like, this isn't cool,
And you don't know this guy has a handgun. For all you know, he's got high-powered assault rifle.
We didn't even know how many of them there were. I mean,
you could have been a bunch of guys,
Yeah, somebody said, I saw somebody has a grenade. And obviously, I thought they were talking about the girl that was running right next to me. She was fucking hideous, but...
Yeah, somebody's got a grenade.
But,
you don't know if this is terrorism either at this point.
Yeah,
this could be like something that happened
funny.
over in France or something like that. It could be anything at this point. So you walked over to the
Ross.
So you walked over.
Exactly.
So you walked over, and I never even heard of a Ross. To be honest with you,
I think they're really popular on the West Coast.
I've never heard of it. It's
like a cheap, like maybe Kmart or something.
Yeah, it looked like a Kmart for me. Yeah, like a dress store. A lot of moo-moos like for old bags.
Yeah, like a Models or some shit.
Yeah, Models. That's what I thought. So you walk towards. See, I have to criticize you. That was not a good idea to walk towards the window and take a peek. You could have got shot. That was a bad move. Shame on you.
I was going to get shot either way. It was a glass, wall.
I don't know. So far, I'm for a victim of a mass shooting. I'm giving you a 6. Is that all right? A 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's above average.
Let's see if this improves. You're getting a 6. So what happens after you look out the window?
Right now.
Yes.
Okay, now I feel like Nancy Kerrigan. All right, so now...
Okay, good. Come on, Nancy, let's go.
So now I'm peeking out through the front of the store, and we're still seeing people running out of the store, and we're like, well, we don't hear anything. Mm-hmm. So I look at my friend Andrew, and I'm like, all right, I don't feel comfortable here. Give me your keys. And he's like, what? And I'm like, give me your keys.
What?
And he was like,
you gonna get a pizza? What the fuck you think you're gonna do with my keys?
It was funny because he was like, okay, here. And I think he was thinking the same thing. If anybody's get to get shot, it's better you than my family. But
so your take is you're single. So you took the keys.
That's fucked up.
Is that what you did? Is that what you did? You're single, so you took the keys. And what are you gonna do with these keys, genius?
I was gonna go grab the vehicle and then bring it back to them because I honestly wanted, like, they're my closest friends, and I honestly wanted them miles away from that area.
Yeah, I got you.
All
right. Hold on. I'm giving you a 7 right now. Okay, you got a 7.
Wait, hold up. Let me grab my miniature violin 1 second.
What do you mean your violin?
My
He's really doing this shit. That's not fucking fake. Shut up, Tobes. I'm sorry your date didn't go well last night. Yeah, exactly. All right. You're getting a 7 now. A 7. What happened after that? So did he give you the keys?
Tobes is upset he didn't swallow. So I grab the keys, and at that moment, I start running towards the cars, and I forgot how far he parked into like the front of the car.
Wait a minute. You took the keys, and you don't know exactly what this car is, and you're walking back towards the shooting?
Right, but I'm hitting the panic button. Hopefully,
you're back down to 6, sir. You're back down to 6. It's back down to 6. Your rating is 6 out of 10. 6, maybe a 5. 5. But tell me what happened. 5.
Shit, should I even continue?
Yes. We're gonna see if you maybe get it back up. Go.
All right, so I head towards the front, a little bit closer towards the front of the store, and finally, the panic button actually activates the car, and I start hearing it, and it's no more than a few yards away from the front door.
So the car's not barred at this point.
So he's drawing attention to himself with the noise. So
Four.
that knocks you down to
Four.
about
Now you're down to 4.
I really
4.
like being at 5.
Yeah.
Bad. So as soon as I get to the car, I see people still standing behind there, and I know that I can't pull the car out because they're in the way. I'm gonna run them over.
Sure.
So I'm telling them to fucking move, to get in their cars, to go. There's an active shooter, and these are people that are like, well, we need school supplies. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
How white were they on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes, very white.
11. Yes.
11.
12.
Yeah, we need school supplies. School starts tomorrow, There's an active shooter. I have to get my son a trapper keeper. Come on. In a Jansport backpack.
And a pocket protector.
That is what Tobes is exactly right. Only white people would be that stupid.
Yeah.
Only white people could be that stupid in that situation. Believe me, I know. All right, then what happened after that? Go get the fuck out of here. No, I want to.
Let me enjoy 4 a little bit longer.
Okay.
Let's take a moment. All right. So as soon as I get to the car, I start opening it, and as soon as I open the car, I hear 2 shots go off, and I duck down.
Yeah, in the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not inside the car. Just
what
on
are you
the side
thinking? That you just made the biggest mistake of your life?
I was thinking, I'm like, yo, is that girl at the shoe store gonna call me?
Get the fuck out of here! Stop trying to make jokes. Yeah, I make the jokes around here. That's me and Tobes' job.
I can't help it. Can't help it.
No, when you went down, what are you thinking? You just made a huge mistake, I imagine.
I'm thinking, holy shit! Like I literally, like it sounded like he was right next to me, which is scary. But I think that was just from the echo.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard the 2 shots, I ducked down, and then I kind of peeked back up.
3.
And I looked.
3.
And that's when I see the officer return 5 shots at the guy, which apparently is when he hit him.
That's when he hit him because I counted those shots. I would have put the cam video on here, but I'm pretty demonetized. I might get worse than that if I put the video up there. It's pretty good. You can see it online. It's out there. 360 no. Jeff said you should have done a 360 no scope. So you hear them return fire. Then what happens?
It was at that moment that I get inside the vehicle and I turn it on. I back the fuck out of there and I start driving away from target.
I'll bet.
Yeah, because as soon as they
you just like you throw the shit and drive and roll.
I mean, I was close enough that I can explain to you what this the officer looked like.
Well, tell me.
Well, he basically he was definitely a first responder.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had what's it called, one of those bulletproof vests, and I'm pretty sure he has in the back of his car.
Yeah.
And I could tell you that he was bald and had blue eyes. That's how close it was.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Really?
Those shots were loud too. The 6 just
50 yards. He hit him in the
everybody
shoulder.
up.
It was 50
What's
yards
that?
too. For 50 yards, he hit him in the shoulder too. That's pretty good shooting.
I think it was the hip.
The hip and it was hip and arm or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's
a hard shot when you're fucking.
Article, yeah.
And he's hiding behind a tree. I wish I could show it. He's hiding behind a tree, like a palm tree or some shit. It's giving him not that great a cover, and it was like pop, 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 and he got him. He
Those
put him
palm
down.
trees are sturdy. You ever play GTA?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I am.
I'm glad to see you're taking this so seriously.
I have to.
All right, so you put in drive and you rock and roll and get away from the scene. Then what happens?
Yeah. Well, as I'm pulling out, there are cars pulling into the fucking lot, pretty much. And I'm opening my window. I'm telling them, turn around. There's an active shooter. And they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like,
No.
"Yes, I'm sure, bitch."
Yo, it's a funny joke.
But as soon as I was able to get far away from all the action, I went back to the store where my friends were hidden. And as soon as I pulled up, they all jumped in and we started driving away.
Yeah.
But as we're driving away, we're still seeing people in cars, in shopping carts, just on their way to Target, not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Jesus, that's got to be terrifying, man. Because you don't know what the fuck just happened. So what happened? You're driving home, and then I guess your friend said something to you, right? While you were driving.
Yeah, my friend wanted me to pull over because they're like, "Well," they're like, "You can get out of the car now." I'm like, "Why is that?" and they're like, "Oh, because they're like, well, we live here. You don't know where you're going." And I'm like, "I know where I'm going. I have Target behind me. That's pretty much where I'm keeping it."
All right, I'm giving you a 10. That was very brave. Everybody, clarity for Ricochet. That was amazing.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That was amazing.
No, Tobes, what? Come on, Tobes.
9 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll take it. That's all.
That was, in all seriousness, now that was really ballsy for you to, put yourself out there, and you really took an incredible risk. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but
you're really supposed.
Honestly,
see, here's the thing. I get where you're coming. If you stay in there, and the guy finds you, you're all fucked with the kid, right? If you leave, there's a couple dangerous things about that. Alerting the shooter, letting people know they are in there. But if you stay in there, you don't know what the fuck's going on. And sometimes it's better to roll the dice and just sit and wait to be hunted. You don't know the situation. You don't know that what's going on. You don't know if it's more than one person. You don't know if it's terrorism. You don't know if it's active shooter. You don't know if it's a false alarm. That's pretty fucking 10 out of 10 for surviving. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one.
10 out of 10 would play again,
No, but it's really ballsy to put your you put yourself ahead of that family, and I think that's amazing, and I mean that's
See, I think Ricochet just wanted to drive away without them.
Yeah, it's funny you got the car and just drove away.
Yeah.
Hey, lady, there's an active shooter. We want school supplies. Yeah, fuck off. Oh, man.
But I have coupons.
Blue Firefly says, I could never just sit there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm making fun of Ricochet and everything. I don't know if I could have sat there, too. I don't want to sit there. I don't want to die like that. I don't want to die in a corner of a fucking shoe store. I want to die swinging, or in this case, it's die moving.
That's toxic masculinity.
It's not no, it's not toxic. That's what gets families out of that place. It was really good stuff. All right, I want to take some calls. I thought it was a pretty good story. We did 30 minutes, and I'll take calls for the rest of the time. You can bring anything up you want, even you fucking pussy running riot. God damn.
Right.
What do you want me to do? Oh, for anybody that has a fucking problem with Ninja not taking that girl on because he didn't want rumors to start, I want you to take this for an example. I went out and had a couple drinks with my buddy who happens to be a homo. Guess what everything on Twitter was? He's fucking the ass. Don't let him buy you a drink. You guys are boyfriend. When's the sex tape coming out? Lots and lots of gay jokes. All right. My wife doesn't give a shit if you make gay jokes about me. But what if she did? Did you ever think of that? Yeah. So, the little old fucking 30,000 sub me, I don't even fucking make subs every day, has that kind of shit. Imagine what that would be like for Ninja. And imagine if his wife didn't fucking appreciate it. Okay? Hashtag.
Leave me alone, you idiot.
What was my, yeah, exactly. What was my hashtag yesterday? I forgot. Or the other day. It was hashtag his wife said no. Yeah, hashtag his wife said no. Right? Now, my wife doesn't give a shit, and I'm old, and nobody cares. But you know what? I used to date young girls. I was married to a young girl for a while. They all don't fucking take that shit on the chin, right? They don't like that shit when anybody's being publicly masqueraded around as someone who's fucking their husband or something like that, So Ninja was right. You may not agree with my Me Too association, and that's fine, even though it would be just as good a reason. Because you can't have it both ways. You can't say, listen and fucking believe, and say to the guy, you can't make a decision, you have to put her on. No, I'm not putting her on, because I'm not taking a chance.
Running riot, like, I get where you're coming from most of the time, but it feels like you have to be the contrarian. Like, come the fuck on,
he's
dude.
just that. No, it's not that. It's what Versts said. He's just from that part of the world and just that dopey. I think there's just too many white people where he lives. I really believe that there's just too many white people in Oregon, and they don't know what they live in their white people bubble, and they like the virtue signal, and they feel bad for brown people, which is kind of racist in itself. And this is their way to feel good about themselves and everything else. And if everybody just listened to them and their little white people bubble, it would be fucking paradise on earth. That's Running Riot's problem.
with a lot of people like that, all I hear is this.
Yes. Yes. The Swedish chef who's now been cucked. Swedish chef has been cucked. His daughter married fucking Muhammad al-Mahmoud over here. Look at him. Yeah, now he's shooting up the place in Las Vegas. There you go. There's my racist joke for the day. All right. So any of you jackasses that are fucking, holding judgment on Ninja. By the way, you have no idea what it's like to be that famous. You have no idea what having that kind of pressure on you. You have no idea what it's like to be married to his wife. And his wife has the final call on shit like that. What are you trying to say? Like you said, oh, he really should do that. Or he really should have said. You're basically telling that woman, his wife, to shut the fuck up. Your feelings don't matter. I thought that's what that was about. That was his choice. I thought feminism wasn't about necessarily women or men. It's about equality. Well, equality means he can say no. No means no. Fuck off.
It's not a feminist issue at all. At
this
point.
Feminist issue, when they tell him he can't make it is a feminist issue when they call him misogynist for saying no, for being absent. Then it becomes a feminist issue.
No. This entire thing is not a feminist issue. The feminists have just kind of said, "Oh, this is an issue because it involved a woman."
Yo, that's true. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah. It's a relationship thing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely doesn't have to do with feminism. In fact, it's
they added it. They
compromising to his wife.
Yeah.
He's like compromising to her.
Yeah.
Like,
he's telling
I'm not going to work with big female Twitch streamers and get some more exposure because my wife doesn't want it.
Because she knows what's going to happen. The same thing to me. Yeah. We go out for a fucking drink last night. All of a sudden, I'm a fag. maybe like my wife doesn't get like everybody call me a fag last night because I went out with Tobes. She's like, maybe his wife's not like that. And I'm nobody. I'm fucking nobody. So I mean, I can't imagine like what if because for all the shit that I get and the fucking art and stuff like that with Ninja, it would be like, well, shit, I'd be making a podcast on it. So I'm sorry. I mean, it's you're just gonna have to. Tommy bites a pillow. There you go.
Oh my God.
Bites pillows.
Yeah, bites pillows. Yeah, and you know what? Force Ninja to play with women. Hashtag. Let's see. It is a feminist issue, and more girls should play video games and get better at them so they can be at his level. Why would they need to be at his? If they want to,
they can be at his level.
They can be at his level.
Have to play with it.
You can't force this shit. You have to have a girl that was born with his fucking. By the way, that guy's got talent, like unbelievable talent, like gifts from God. We used to call in the '80s a wizard, right? All right, so she would have to be born with that. On top of that, she would have to have the drive to put in 12 hours a day on video games in general. Then she would have to get noticed, all right, which is luck, all right? And then people would, and she would have to have a personality. Or tits.
Or tits.
So it's called luck. It's called luck. More women do not need to be playing video games. More women should have the opportunity, and I think they do, to get as big as Ninja. But you can't fix society to make a female ninja. It's got to happen on its own. And when you try to do it, when you force it, it just makes everybody resent it. So when there is a girl that comes along that's like ninja, everybody's like, fuck that bitch. The only reason she only has that spot is she's a girl and everybody's fucking blowing sunshine up her ass. And whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter because they're going to resent her. You fucking liberals do so much harm to women, you can't even imagine it. You're not helping.
Generalize like that.
You're not helping. You're not helping. I'm speaking generally, stupid. I'm speaking in general. Of course, I'm generalizing. What individual should I speak to right now? What argument should I take on? Oh, you. All right.
Well, shut the fuck up, Running Riot.
Yeah, he's a big idiot. Get in here. I'll fucking rip you a new asshole. I'm not gonna be as nice as last time. All right, take calls. I don't know what's your name. I can't testify.
Testify HD.
Testify. There we go. We'll play fucking Rage Against the Machine. Make Running Riot all bet. Running Riot. Running to the store for a loaf of bread, you whitey. Running Riot. How much you want to bet when I was growing with my buddies? I'm more badass than you. Yep. How about that?
Yeah,
Testify, HG. Go ahead.
Hey man, I love your guys' channel and everything, and that area where that shooting happened, it is a catastrophe because all that housing around there was upscale housing.
Yeah.
And then when the financial crisis happened,
they all fall
because
apart.
of our greatest president, Obama, it turned into
you mean it didn't get better?
Section 8.
Yeah.
And the area has just gone to shit.
In fairness, though, I don't know if this isn't a terrorism thing. This is just some guy who's a wacko. I don't know if this is indicative of the neighborhood.
No, that's what I'm talking about. It's
this
not a
incident
terrorism
has nothing
thing.
to do with any of that.
They brought
shit.
in shit people around here, and if
It's
you're
'cause
working
he's
for
brown,
$5, yeah, maybe because he's brown, but whatever. I get browner than brown during the summer.
All right.
You know.
All right,
I'm
David
darker
Duke.
than
Do you have
you,
anything
probably.
else more interesting to tell us, David Duke? Go ahead.
Oh, I got a lot I could tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It
All
just
right.
is
any of it funny though?
amazing.
Is it any of it
But
funny?
we do. My wife and me, we carry our pistol now in our car just
Good.
because of any place we go. You never know anymore.
America, fuck it. All right. Well, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad Ricochet's safe. So stay out of Walmart. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm gonna take some more calls. That's fine.
What's Walmart?
It was a Ross.
Shadow Flare 1994.
Hey, so I've got a few things to say. I agree absolutely on if you're in an emergency situation like that, being mobile and active.
You think so? I was just joking around. Let me make this clear. I'm not judging Ricochet. I'm not in his position. I've never been in a position like that. Those were jokes. I just want to be clear. I might have done the same thing. I might have stayed in there. I would have tried to do the best thing that I thought would help me and that family. All right? And I think that's exactly, let me make abundantly clear. That's exactly what I think Ricochet did. But people get killed thinking that way. That's all I'm saying.
But, I get, that's the thought process I've always had. Because it's like, I would rather, if I feel like I'm going to die either way, I would rather die trying to help somebody than just sitting.
But sometimes with that attitude, and I know this learners from the Army, you get somebody killed that way too. So you get killed, the other guy gets killed, and you die a fucking jerk.
Yeah.
You know?
But, it's a rough situation. You really have to judge it on a case-by-case basis. Mm-hmm. Because it's a rough situation.
Yeah.
But, and then I've lived in Oregon for 2 months. It sucks.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet
it's wet. Everybody hates you. I'm from Texas. So.
Yeah. Oh, no. Start lying. Why did you leave Texas? Why did you leave Texas?
Oh, it's a nightmare in that country, in that state. I hated it.
Man.
All the towns are dead. Like, you can't get a job to save your fucking life in that town. And Salem, I moved to Salem, which was a mistake. I don't know why I ever thought, man, Salem, Oregon sounds like a great place to go move in with my friend. But, and then one more thing is, did you played Castlevania, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I picked that up recently because of the Super Smash Bros. Trailer.
Okay. Yeah.
And, God, that game is fucking hard.
Because you're a pussy. When were you born?
I'm 94,
what year were you born?
But like,
were you born? What year
I'm
were you
having
born?
a blast playing it.
What year were you born?
But
Yeah, I know. They're hard games. You don't get to get you fucking. They're supposed to be hard. What year were you born?
94.
Yeah. See, the games were already. The series almost done by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That games were hard back then. They didn't coddle you.
Oh, I'm loving it. I've played Zelda 1 100 times already at this point. But like.
All right, man.
But yeah. So.
All right. Talk to you later, bud.
Have a good day.
Bye. We'll take more calls if you want to jump in. Feel free. Fucking, I'm a homo. So much for free speech. God, I wish you'd fucking call in because I'd rip you a new asshole. Rip you a new asshole, running right. Rip you a new asshole. Once and for all.
Go ahead, jackass.
Yeah, come on. Let's make this fun. Let's make it fun at your expense. It'll be real fucking easy. Here's my first question. What are you fucking trying to say with the Monday Matt thing? You cunt. What do you want me to do about Monday Matt? I guess everybody thought I was going to come to his rescue. All right? Here's what happened. I heard what happened, okay? I did the same thing I did with Crown T. And by the way, the same thing I would have done for any one of my guys, too, all right? I'm not going to defend you if you did something horribly wrong, all right? But I might stick by you as a friend. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a lot harder and it takes more character to stand by somebody, when they're getting kicked to the dirt than it does, I don't know, me jumping on the tidal wave of people jumping on him. Now, that being said, the tidal wave is his fucking fault. I just decided not to join in. All right? That's it. And I'm saying, here's what. He deserves it. He deserves it. Have I been clear about that, Tobes? I mean, very. He asked for it. Yeah, I'll go even further. He didn't make a mistake. What happened was horror. He got caught behaving horribly. There was no mistake. You don't go, whoops, I accidentally, it's like that old joke. Whoops, I fucking tripped on something and I fell in her pussy. No, it doesn't work that way. Never works that way. No one has ever been tranquilized, woken up, and fucking a bitch. No, it was horrible behavior. This is a guy who got famous because that cunt, Zoe Quinn, illegally took down his streams of her critiquing him, or him critiquing her. And he ended up doing the same fucking thing, and a lot worse, because it was over time, and God knows how long big the rabbit hole goes. I decided not to jump. I decided not to jump on the bandwagon, because, first of all, he didn't do me wrong, and I knew Tonka was going to take care of it. And he did. And I'm fine with that. I'm not fine. What else you want me to say? I'm not fine with his apology. I think he did it wrong. What am I going to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to be just be an opportunist? Because some of these people that are making a big deal out of this, they have no stake in this. They're just trying to get famous off it. You know what? Fine. That's great. But I'm not a fraud. I'm not a phony. And I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, which is what I would always do and have done in the past. But I have not defended his behavior one iota. It's fucked up. And Running Riot, if you were suggesting in the beginning of the podcast that he's not taking enough shit, wake the fuck up. He's taking lots of shit. All right, there we go.
Here we go.
Frag era tags. What do you want? What's up? Ugh, I hate you. What if I started singing? You. I hate. Yes.
They hate prosperity.
I want to start kicking people out of the server permanently to do that.
No.
I know, but be consistent. Have I been consistent? Have I been consistent? Yes, I have. Suck a dick, Running Riot. Suck a dick. I swear to God, I hope you're fixing your fucking tire and if the car falls on you. I swear to God, I hope the car falls on you.
He said he would.
Because nothing gets through that thick fucking skull of yours. You must be Irish along the line. There must be some Irish blood in you that made your skull so fucking thick. Be consistent. I've been consistent. Oh, unless you count when I got more information, I was more critical of Matt, and at least you counted then. Be consistent. Suck a dick. How about that? Consistently suck a dick.
You're down to a 2 right now.
I'd say he's in the
like
minuses right now.
kryptonite at this point. Every
you can
time he's
derail
in
a whole show.
Listen. He's got a listening problem. He's got a listening problem.
It could be an interview with PewDiePie. Running Riot pops in the chat. 5 minutes on Running Riot.
You ever think for a minute that you're obsessed with politics? Do you ever think that politics is a religion for you rather than an ideology? There's not much separating it from liberals from what I can see, and I'd put you in that group. God damn. God, when I grew up in a family that were... My grandfather was a union leader, all right? Politics was a part of our life. It talked about at a table, all right? I meet liberals that have no connections to the Democratic Party, no connections to politics other than they want to just virtue signal in college, right? And they live it. My family wasn't like that. And we made our living off. They made their living off of it. That's a guy my grandfather out of the ghetto after World War II. He got in. He was ahead of. He rose to the head of the typefitters union. By the way, he was a Democrat. till they started turning into a bunch of commies. His words, not mine.
We have another Oregon boy in the waiting to go.
Oregon boy. What's it like living in Oregon? I bet it's great.
Well, every day I debate whether I rather live with these liberal fucks or jump out my window, and unfortunately, I haven't decided yet.
Yeah,
it's still a work in progress.
Technically in limbo.
I stay away from downtown because it's absolute cancer. The bars are nice. The people are kind of fucking retarded.
Yes.
I mean, God forbid they all lived in a giant tent together for 2 months to protest the 1%. So, you know.
Here's the thing.
Apparently they don't have work.
And you have social issues because you're a funny guy. And you can't. You got to watch what you say all the time around them, correct?
I have to. I have to watch every day.
Every day.
Like in high school, especially, dude. It's fucking terrible.
So you get some because you have somebody. By the way, this is what when I was a kid, liberals used to bitch about Christians lecturing them over their jokes and beliefs and things like that. And now you got to worry about fucking SJWs in Oregon. So you can't say that. You can't say this. You can't say that. It was just, Let
me put it this way. I don't think I've ever had a political discussion or like I've stated my opinion. Unless it was somebody that I knew and we can talk about it, which most of the time my friends were conservative.
It's like you're gay, like 30 years ago. You know, you gay? Yeah, I'm gay too. Let's talk.
I'll give you an example. So, senior year, I was in a college course for English, right? And we're all sitting there chilling, and we're talking about the fucking election and shit. We're all sitting there. It's literally the biggest liberal circle jerk. Every single one of them is just, including the professor themselves, they're just circle jerking over the fact they're like just talking so much shit. And I'm just sitting there like, do I want to get dogpiled right now? Because that's literally what's going to happen if I do say something.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'd be fun, but like it'd be literally like 20 plus versus 1.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll pass on that one.
God.
Right, so you should jump out your window.
Yeah. I will.
Don't go to.
I
talk to conservatives that aren't afraid.
Listen,
to
I'm not.
Okay. Do you believe that for a minute? Do you believe that? Look at that statement. I talk to conservatives every day that aren't afraid to speak. Do you believe that?
No.
No, because who would want to deal?
And listen,
dude, I can't deal with you in the chat. How am I going to deal? I can't.
Listen.
Everyone thinks that I'm all right, Turkey Tom, because you are. You're always saying racist stuff. That video you made, the problem with black people, Turkey Tom, that was terrible. You shouldn't have done that.
Let me put it to you this way. Let me explain it to you better. I'm not afraid. But if the conversation is started by a circle jerk of 10 plus people, do you really think I'm going to wedge my single opinion versus all of them?
No, they're just going to yell at you. And I got to be honest, in fairness, if the reverse was the situation, you'd probably get fucked over too.
Yeah.
You know,
you're ganging up on the liberals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'd be the other way around. It just sucks. That ideology is the most oppressive ideology, with the exception of Islam, in America today. It's being a lefty. It is the most in America. It is the most oppressive, boring, unfun group of people on the fucking planet. What do you mean? We're real liberal. You know, like, all right, we're gonna go out and get some. Go out, get some drinks, get laid. Well, we can go out and get drinks, but we have to respect women. Man, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's why I joined the army. So nobody judges each other. And you know what? It's all racial equality, too. Nobody cares.
Oh, this reminds me of a story. I was when I used to work at a grocery store, there's this guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's a pretty rich dude. He's like a local businessman, right? Runs his own business and shit.
Like Bobby George.
And he was talking to me like, I don't remember, but he randomly... he just started talking to me about politics, right? Randomly. And he's a conservative dude. And he was like, they never learn. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, these fucking idiots think if they raise minimum wage every single year, things are going to get better. But I know. They just don't understand.
I know. Like it's built-in inflation. That means the value of their money just went down. So like, hey, raise my, I'm making $5 an hour, I'm making $7. Well, guess what? 7 is now 5. You know, they cannot grasp it. Can't grasp it.
Yeah. And he keeps telling me, he's like, yeah, well, now I'm gonna have to let some people go because they're fucking keep on making it higher. Yeah. So it's like, but it was so funny because he just randomly I think he was like doing fucking cans or something. I went in there to fix something.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how it started, but it was just It was fucking funny.
My favorite story of all time is that comic book stores are notoriously hard to keep up, right? I mean, it's tough. I love comic book stores. But just about everyone I knew, except one guy who started making more sales on the internet, on eBay, right? Everybody ended up losing their comic book store eventually. Eventually, they couldn't sell enough shit. They couldn't stay and they couldn't pay the rent. My personal favorite story was one in San Francisco. It was this huge comic book store, and the owner was an advocate for raising the minimum wage. And then they got it. They got what they wanted in San Francisco, and he lost his store. It was the fucking greatest thing. And they asked the son of a bitch why he was closing the store. Are you still for this? Well, yeah. People got to get paid. That's a religious devotion. That's what Jordan Peterson calls intellectually possessed. That's what that is. Intellectually possessed. Yeah,
I feel left out.
Oh, you know, let's talk about him. By the way, here's what I want. What's his name? The guy who makes t-shirts for me. He's doing such a great job. Here's what I want, circuitry. All right, I want to take the Tobes model that we already have, make the instead of the David Bowie thing that goes across his eyes, I want it to be yellow and red, okay? Then make the rest of the yellow logo too, and we're gonna put it on a red t-shirt because Tobes is a commie now. You should have heard him all last night. He's a fucking commie. Talking about, that crazy bitch in Queens, Cortez, and what a great woman she is, and how she's gonna change, and Bernie fucking Sanders, and Bernie Sanders. So, and here's what I wanted to say in the back. Instead of, here's what I wanted back of the shirt. Instead of it saying, are you a host on Shot from the Point? I wanted to say, are you a host on Shot from the Point? Comrade. That's right. That's what I wanted to say. Comrade. Because Tobes apparently is a commie now, and I want that shirt. I want to wear that shirt.
Do we want the
get to work circuitry? Comrade Tobes. Tobes, I'll give you a chance to retort. I wouldn't want to be against free speech.
Well, are you gonna give me some of that money, comrade? You know, share the
Probably
wealth.
not. Probably not. If I sell two, you know what? Here's what we should do. We should force people to buy them. How about that? We should force it. We'll call it a tax. A tax to the SFTP.
This is the failure of only the business owner gets money. Fuck the workers, right?
That's right.
Who gets paid in here?
Fuck. Wait, did you say only the business owners make money?
Yeah.
Let me put it.
There will be no business owners, and nobody will sell bread.
let me put it this way. They just told me the other day that they're gonna give us like a big fucking raise to adjust for inflation since our minimum wage went up so much. Yeah, they're really making a lot of money.
Yeah,
they're really making a lot of money. Definitely not.
It's like minimum wage is increasing the minimum wage is the only way we're gonna solve the problem.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, now I'm not saying that Bezos can't afford to give me more. I think he can handle that. Actually, I was watching a stream where Reckful, he's a streamer, he was calculating how much money Ninja had, and then eventually it came down to like what Jeff Bezos made just in stock in one day was worth like Ninja streaming at peak for 100 years, like times a million.
Yeah. Basically.
And then he just started buying shit. He bought his own island. He bought a fucking private jet. He bought everyone in his chat a $30,000 car and all this shit. And he still had millions upon millions of dollars. He had billions of dollars.
Running riots in the chat. Thank fucking God. Thank fucking God.
Right.
Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. So how did I handle the fucking mundane match situation wrong?
I didn't say you didn't. I didn't say you.
What were you fucking
wrong.
saying in the beginning of the chat, taking a shot at me?
It doesn't sound like you were trying to handle it at all, really.
I was totally upfront about that. Be consistent. I said I was going to avoid the topic, right? I'll be honest with you. Since last Friday, first of all, I took the first part of the week off. I don't know if you know that, so you're gonna have to follow me on Twitter. Second of all, I did say I was trying to avoid it because I didn't want to be a part of the pile-on. I made that abundantly clear. But that does not mean I haven't spoke out on it. And it's gotten worse since last Friday. Last Friday was a flags.
But you don't have to.
But I don't have to what?
To stay consistent, you don't have to pile on to Monday. I don't need you to come on here and condemn Monday, Matt. But
I did condemn Monday, Matt, his behavior, but I said I'd still be his friend. That's what I did. And you're coming in there like I'm avoiding.
This is the first show that I've seen.
Well, that's not my fucking problem now, is it? That's the last show I invested for like 20 minutes.
Last show he did, you idiot. He did it on the last show.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. Take your hand and beat it by the right part and beat yourself in the fucking head. Please, beat yourself in the fucking head. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Could you do that for me?
Okay,
and make me feel you're a lot better.
If you
it's not like you donated.
If you said that last show, that's my bad for sure. But
game over. Did I say? That's right. I win. I win. It's like.
Also, just want to point out. If it was.
I win. I feel satisfied. I feel satisfied. Thank you for calling. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. I got to go. Honestly, I did hang up on the only reason I got the fuck out of here, okay? Blotted Vision made a Patreon pledge. Vault, thank you very much. I can't read this guy's name at all. He says SIOPD. Thank you. He says, your hair looks fresh. Testify, let me know if you want some insight with the $1 and high as a kite. Thank you so much for the donations today. And that's it. And I'm going out and drinking faggy pina coladas with my homo friends while you all call me a bunch of Nazis in Oregon.
10 motherfuckers.
That's what I'm going to do. First, thanks for joining and letting everybody know what a miserable bunch of cunts everybody in your state is. Thank you. Jesus. I like how Monday Matt apologized and tumbled. Yes, that was lame.
That shit cracked me up. Me and Nick were dying. We read it live on screen. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's so well.
Bust out the fucking ball pin.
Yeah, and the more you analyze it, the funnier it gets. So this entire drama that started on YouTube has been talked about on YouTube, dealt with on YouTube, but the apologies on Tumblr. It's really fucking funny. It's really funny.
It would have been more acceptable for it to be on Twitter at least. But like fucking things on Tumblr.
Let me ask you something. I'm 100% whatever you say here. I've never punished anybody for anything they've said. All right. Did I handle this wrong? Because I think I was trying to be fair. Right? I'm not as happy with Matt as I was last week, but I really thought, I mean, look, I knew he was going to get punished. I didn't really seem like it was really, I don't know if it was really appropriate for me to do it, you know? I think the victims need to do that, and Matt's got a string of fucking victims, you know? God, he had a goddamn Medicare video made on him. What am I going to add after that? No, seriously. What the fuck can I do? And by the way, I've been worried about this the whole week. I was like, God, am I handling this right? Holy fuck. Right? And I was going to stand on my principles, and I did.
Yeah, and I wish you've been consistent in private and on stream. You've been consistent.
What about you? What about you, fucking commie? Where's he? Oh, he's Tobes. What am I doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Good. Versts?
Fuck Mundane Matt, that fat piece of shit. Huh?
I've been consistent. I have.
No, you've been consistent.
I've been consistent. I didn't tell listen, my news team is way mad at her. And there is some truth. If you had one criticism of me that I think would be legitimate, is right, I'm not treating him like I'm treating Kavos. And there's a very simple reason of that. I hate Kavos more than I hate him. That's it. So I'm being upfront with my bias. And you don't tune in this show for fucking fair and balance. It's a goddamn podcast stock full of opinions. Some of them are right in a goddamn title. Yeah. You know? So I'm trying. I'm trying here. Look, I wouldn't. Look, if Versts fucking machine guns a bunch of kids in a parking lot or some shit, or
why does it have to be me?
I don't know. I'm sick of picking on Tobes.
One here, okay?
I'm sick of picking on Tobes. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna pick on him all night anyway. So, you know?
All right.
Then I would cut myself off. All right, I would condemn him and never talk to him again. I'm not visiting you in prison. No. especially since this is in Oregon more than likely.
Okay, what about something more gentle? What if I hit an Antifa supporter in the back of the head
and killed them?
I'll shake your
Why
head.
does it have to be killing them? Why do they have to die every time?
If you hit him in a rally, I would dress you down. If you killed him, we're done. And it also depends. It also depends, like if he
was
did
it self-defense?
It was self-defense,
It's
that
a very nuanced
But if you went out and actually killed some guy that was just going,
that's not what I said. Why am I killing people?
I'm not. Look, the whole thing's a hypothetical. I'm just being hypothetical and adding to it.
Guys, now think about it. What if Versts went into a school and just shot children now? I would not be supportive of that. I would condemn him.
My point is.
Stop from the point does not condemn the death of children, no matter who.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being a part of the show today. Versts, Zanta behind the glass. Ricochet, thanks for being here, buddy. You have a good time?
Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for the story, man. And you know what? You're a really brave guy, and I mean that. No bullshit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I do. I think you're a really brave
Ricochet,
guy.
I'd blow you for that one.
Love you.
All right, everybody. I know I've been around. I've been fucking off a bit. And I had a problem earlier in the week. Tomorrow, other channel. It could be Q&A, love phones, could be maybe Super Seducer. I don't know.
It could be a Versts Tobes stream, you know.
Yeah, we're definitely doing something tomorrow. And we're going to do something tomorrow. And tomorrow on the other channel is Shot from the Point News. So just type SFTP News. You go see it on YouTube. You'll see a video, SFTP News, and we're probably going to do a podcast on top of that to keep it going. This weekend, already told my wife, a lot of arcade streaming. I gotta get back and open up the arcade, play some games. Not World of Warcraft, I promise. I'll keep World of Warcraft on Twitch. All right, because I know it's gonna piss off Versts. Thinking some games and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm beating the idea of downloading COD, but I hear like so many mixed reviews on it.
Black Ops 4 was pretty decent. Not gonna lie.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right. I trust you on this area. Like, should I get it? Should I get it right now and do the beta and we all play this weekend or something?
What I did and what me and Nick did is I'm not condoning this. We just bought a beta code on eBay for $3 instead of paying $60 to get the beta code.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't buy the game.
Isn't this week the open beta though?
Yeah, it's open now, I believe.
Well, all right, so you can't tell. What you're saying is you honestly can't tell me to buy it if you didn't buy it yourself. Are we buying it this weekend? Are we doing that?
No,
I'm
it's
not
free this weekend.
It's free right now. Try it.
Okay,
here's how I view it.
Okay.
I feel like it's a good game compared to how last few games they've made.
Okay.
But I've fallen out of the Call of Duty war the pool,
the community,
the whirlpool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't really get into it in general anymore. It's just not my thing. I kind of just over it. But it is a good game from all the ones they've been making.
I see you saying that makes me think it's worth it. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Maybe there's some Call of Duty this weekend. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your continued support. I hope we see you tomorrow on Shot for the Point on SFTP News. SFTP News having a new episode tomorrow as well. We'll see you all this weekend. Peace.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip-hop. I'm about to make it hard.
Make sure you check out Real Talk at Las Vegas concert. Roll the machine guns. You weren't even ready, were you?
No.
Yeah,
Get me a Cosmo Tommy.